Hey guys, what's up? It's Man456, NexusNation.com. I'm back with another video tutorial, and this one's going to be basically going over setting the guides for your .9 PNG once you edit them, and using Eclipse to re-sign it to get rid of the guides. Now, first, what I have here is I have three media buttons, and I also have the status bar closed that I actually made with you guys in the last video. I'm going to do this in two parts because it's probably going to be a little longer than the normal. So let's get started. I basically took one of the buttons and opened it up in Photoshop. And basically what I did was I recolored it red. And I'm going to save this now to desktop. Okay, I'm going to replace the other one that's there. Okay, now I have the new red button. So now this button here, if I put it in the phone and I run it in the phone, it's actually going to get really pixelated, off size. It's going to look really bad because the guides are off now. So what you would need to do is in your tools folder in your SDK, you have a little application in there called Draw9 Patch, which I have open here on the right hand side. It's fairly simple to get the icon in it. You just drag it over and it'll actually open up. I'll make this a little bit bigger, and you could scale it, you know, as far as how close you see it and stuff like that. And these buttons are fairly easy. What I would do is start closer to the thing, to the top of the icon, and start with a line on the right hand side and go all the way down. You don't have to go all the way down to the bottom. You basically want to keep it as even, and that's about right there. You're also going to need one on the bottom. Okay. Now, if you use the right button on your mouse pad or on your laptop or whatever you're using, you could actually delete the dots that you're making on it. And what I would do with this is I basically set one in the middle, one or two. You could do, you know, however you'd like, and then set another two on the left hand side. Now this button has all the guides set, and if you look on the right hand side, you could see that the icon is actually taking shape. So any which way this will stretch, it's gonna look good. Now what you do is you come right here and you save the patch. Now when you go back to your desktop, now you have the same icon, but you actually have the guide set, as you could see. Now once you have the guide set, what you're basically going to do is you're going to use Eclipse to keep it signed but remove those lines. Some people like to know, if you have several buttons which are the same, do you need to go back into Draw9 Patch and do guides for those two, because they're never going to really come out the same. So a little trick that I learned was you can bring these in here and don't set any guides, just save them back. It's actually going to give the spacing of the guides without actually setting any. Now you can close this out, and you open the one you started with that has the guides, right? And I zoom in, and what I do is I use this tool here, which is like a cut tool, and I'll take and I'll cut right to the border of each of the guides. Right? Now, right click and layer via cut. Now I have the guides on a separate layer, separate from the actual icon itself. Once this is done, you're ready to take the next step, which is open up one of the other ones. Now, saying that this would be just recolored, which I didn't recolor it, but it would be recolored red, like, you know, whatever color you're making it, and you just drag your guides over to this one. Now you have guides on that. Control Shift S and PNG, and right in here, since it will save it, it'll save it as a PNG. It won't save it as a .9. You just have to add the .9 and then save to desktop, and it automatically finds the other one. It's going to ask you to replace it, and you do that. You replace it, and now you have both icons with the guides. But remember, you have to go into Draw9 Patch first and drop them in there, and then save it from there, because if not, it's not going to give you the correct spacing that you need for the guides. Okay, now once you've done that and you have your guidelines all set up, you're gonna have to run Eclipse. Now if you don't have Eclipse set up, you might want to do that. I use Eclipse. I put it right in my tools folder and I have Eclipse going there. And I'm going to show you a little bit of how to set up Eclipse because mine is already set up. So you run Eclipse. Now, the workspace I use is the actual tools folder. Okay, so you browse and you set it to your SDK tools folder. Do OK. It's going to run a little bit and it'll actually open up. Now, once you have Eclipse open, I already have it set up, so you actually see on the left-hand side here, you see the Hello Activity folder. But if you're doing an initial setup, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to Software Updates and Available Software, and you're going to add a site. In this location, what you're going to want to add is this. I'm going to bring it up on the screen. It's not going to be as easy as copy and paste, but I made it fairly big so you guys could see it. And I'm going to leave it up for a little while in case you guys want to just jot it down or something. Okay.